In this video, I'll show you how to use egg crate grids and softboxes to create an amazing background in your small home studio. Hello, I'm Gavin Hoey and you're watching Adorama TV, brought to you by Adorama, the camera store that's got everything for us photographers. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create an amazing studio background in the smallest of small home studios. Because the background for this shoot is actually going to be one or two of these softboxes combined with one or two of these egg crate grids. So let's get the light set, let's get a model in, let's get shooting. So to help me out today, I've got the amazing Meg. Meg's going to be the model for this shoot, and I've already got a softbox set with the grid in place. Behind it is an Xplor 400 light. I'm going to rotate it around so I've got it in landscape format, and then to pop it in behind Meg, something like that. Now all I'm going to ask Meg to do is just turn and put her shoulder against the far edge of the grid. Now, first thing I need to do is work out the exposure. So I could do that by trial and error, or I could get my flash meter. I'm aiming for an aperture of around about f8, middle of the road. That should do great. Let's see what we get. I'm always going to point the little white dome of my flash meter at the light source. And at the moment I'm on f9, so I'm pretty close. I can bring it down 1/3 of a stop and get to f8. Okay, so that's correctly set. Let's see how this looks with just one of these softboxes. So the first thing I could do is come around the front, and if I take a picture from the front, well, it sort of works and sort of doesn't. Now, photographing from directly in front gives a look that's okay, but not quite what I'm after. I can see too much of the white of the softbox, and the light isn't quite right on Meg's face. So my solution for this is really simple. I'm just going to walk myself around and take a much more angled approach to this. It should mean that the grid is less white from my point of view, and from Meg's point of view, I should get much better light on her face. Let's try that. Here we go. That's great. Just get your head right up against it, so bring yourself right in. That's great. So now I've added in the second softbox and grid, and I've pushed them both together so there's no real gap between the two, and this is going to make the background for this shot. Now at the moment they're fairly flat. There is a bit of an angle between them, but there's not a lot of angle, not much V-shape with the softboxes. I've already meted this out for f8 for the other softbox. Let's take a picture like this and see how it looks. Here we go. Now, when I do that, there is a slight problem here. The softboxes, although the correct exposure, just don't look right. There's way too much white coming through, and Meg is almost a silhouette as a result. Now, the solution might be exactly what I did with a single softbox. It might well be, come here and shoot down the side this way. This can work quite nicely. So that works better, but that background, I can still see just a little bit too much of the softbox for my personal taste. And it's all down to angles. It's the angle of these two softboxes. So what I'm going to do is tighten up the angle and see how that affects the shot. So with the softboxes pushed closer together, the angle is different, but is that going to affect the amount of light that reaches Meg? Let's just take a flash meter reading here. No, f8, that's still the same. On the back, that's slightly brighter. I'm just going to take that down 1/3 of a stop. Okay, so I've got back to f8 on both sides. Now I could just photograph from this same position here. Let's see how that looks. Here we go. One more. Now when I do that, the end result is, well, pretty much exactly the same as it was before, which makes sense because the background is still facing directly to me. So why did I push them closer together? Well, it's for one reason only, it's so I can come and stand in the center. Now when I stand here and I look at Meg, I can just about see a little bit of the white of the softbox, but for me, standing here, it's mostly grid that I can see, and that's what I want. So let's try this. So these look really good. I love the way that background is looking now, but there are a couple of things we can do to make this even more interesting. One of them is props, and we'll get to that in a little bit. The other one is white balance. Now I'm shooting with flash white balance at the moment, but if I dive into my menu, I can choose a custom white balance of say 4000K. If you don't have that facility, use the incandescent or tungsten setting, and that should give everything quite a bluish tone, which I think with Meg's look and this setup should work really well. Let's have a little look. And that looks really good and adds the finishing touch to this setup. So all we need to do now is take some great photographs. So Meg, here's a pair of sunglasses for you. Let's take some shots. So there you go, the results I got from these 3 foot by 2 foot rectangular softboxes was excellent. But of course you don't have to use these. I could have used bigger softboxes, that might have been useful. I could have used smaller ones, octaboxes. Whatever you've got could be used to create similar results. The key is to try and see what you can do. Now if you are in the market for a new softbox, always make sure that there is the option of a grid, because they are super useful things. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a comment below, click on the bell icon for regular notifications of our new videos right here on Adorama TV, and of course, click on that subscribe button. I'm Gavin Hoey, thanks for watching.